of jobs did you have before on your way to becoming a writer?
Well, I did.
Good question.
I got to be an American Girl doll, which was really, really cool. I was Felicity Merriman.
I worked at a pet store, a bookstore.
I was a phlebotomist.
Been a waiter.
I was a waiter just out of college.
I waited a lot of freaking tables.
I started out as a CPA.
I was a student at NYU.
Worked at an ice cream store.
My first job was at a mini storage and I swept the floors.
I consulted for a plastics manufacturer.
I've done electrical work, building.
I was a pilot in the Navy.
Started off working on a cattle ranch for a year.
I used to work at this bar in Chicago.
I used to teach ESL to Korean adults in Koreatown.
Kind of being like a floor bouncer, except I wasn't allowed to touch anybody.
I worked for a dating service. I put people on tape. Like I put people on tape for an awful dating service that went under in New York. I think they were like embezzling money from their clients.
Working at my dad's carpeting and floor tile business.
My dad owns a furniture store. I moved furniture for a while.
I was really bad at it.
I was a dishwasher in multiple locations.
I delivered pizzas in college.
I worked at a pizza place.
Worked at Taco Bell.
And all the jobs that I worked up to the point that I was writing full-time were, horizontal. All the jobs that I had up to the point that I was working as a writer full-time were sort of idiotic jobs. I shouldn't say that idiotic jobs, but they weren't jobs that I was much invested in.
Drove taxi cabs in upstate New York.
I gave out keys in a locker room in Beverly Hills.
Stuffed envelopes for the New York State Department of Wildlife.
I would have to hand out these keys and to all these naked old men.
I spent half the day in the casting department, and then I spent the rest of the time in the theater building sets and hanging lights.
I was a TV journalist.
Worked at an alternative newspaper. Spent 10 years at the Wall Street Journal.
Everything from collating newspapers with 6 older women to landscaping to bartending to lifeguarding, kind of ran the gamut.
I used to be an economist. Did you know that?
No.
Oh. You know what an economist is?
Think, but don't really know.
The rest of the world is with you there.